Blessings and welcome to today's Sunday service short message from the heart of mighty I am presence. Thank you for joining. Today's topic is ripple effect. We all know the idea of ripple effect and we've experienced ripple effect. And I want to go dive from the lens of mighty I am presence into this topic today. Before doing so, I'd like to thank those of you who are returning to my channel. Thank you so much for leaving your comments, your questions, and also your labor of love sharing this message. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I welcome you. Thank you so much. My channel is all about aligning with mighty God presence and embodying that truth so that you can live your true purposeful life and impactful life. So let's get into this topic, ripple effect. We all have thrown stones in the water as we were kids, and we've been able to see what happens. I remember as a child throwing stone in the water, and I was fascinated the way this calm water will create these ripple effects. And I remember with my brother, he would throw it, then we would see the impact of it would change, and then we would throw several different stones in the water, and it was really innocent and really incredible just to experience that play. While experiencing that, we could both also experience from that joyous child innocence the joy we were experiencing on the inside. And I want to bring it up into our now. The ripple effect of us throwing a stone into in front of us somewhere where we are taking that step with God Almighty, with the faith of God Almighty. We're literally throwing a stone. We're going into the unknown. But when we take that chance, we take that step, what impact that has on our lives and on the lives of others is tremendous. Have you ever noticed when you have taken a leap of faith and you have said yes, you have no evidence, you just know it on the inside, and you take that step, what happens to you and what happens to others when you've taken that step? I've seen it over and over in my life, especially those difficult times where I knew I needed to take a leap of faith. I needed to take that stone. I needed to throw it, and I needed to go in that direction. What I witnessed was tremendous expansion, was impact of lives. I remember the very first time I was invited to speak in London, and I was very nervous. It was with 24 other speakers on stage. And I was just coming out with some, incredible information. And I was very nervous. I didn't know anybody in London, but inside of me knew I needed to take this step. And it wasn't even a paid speaking. I had to pay for myself. Yet I knew without a shadow that I needed to do that. By taking that step, not only did I change my life, but I changed the life of so many that I met at that event. I met significant, at least 10 individuals. Out of these 10 individuals, I was able to meet many others. I was able to create a community in London. Out of that came community that I set up in Nice, France. Out of that came community that I set up in Spain, and out of that came the community I set up in Turkey, and also the community that I set up in Australia, in Perth. So that one step that I took had such a massive rippling effect and that joy. But it required me take that step of faith, take it with mighty I am presence, and that's what I did. When you take that step in your life, you have to throw that stone yourself. Don't wait for anybody else. And as you take that, you are able to take that and be able to create an impact and change, especially when you're doing with faith, especially when it's coming from your heart and soul, especially when you're representing God Almighty. You have nothing to lose, but you have so much to gain, plus all these other people that are part of your life ready to gain the blessings by your first step, throwing that stone and creating the rippling effect. What stone will you throw today with faith? What action will you take? Because there are many people that are part of your destiny waiting for this very next step so their lives can be transformed as you have transformed your life. Thank you so much. Looking forward in seeing you next week on another Sunday service episode. And for those of you that want to go deep into this space, join my association where we get to meet Monday night on meditation and daily messages. So you are strengthening your relationship with your mighty God presence in your heart, in your soul, in your body, and living that truth and walking from that truth. Have a beautiful, blessed day.